Hello Tubies, and how are you all doing? I hope you are doing fantastically fabulous. Today we're going to make an incense, and we're going to put a few things in it. It's not a big deal if you don't have these ingredients. Just put in whatever you feel you have on hand or substitute. The only real kind of intention with this is because there are protective elements. I do consider juniper to be a protective element. White oak bark is a really good protective element. I use frankincense as another protective element. Then we've got just some general things. We've got dark copal. This one's going to be more for the demons that I work with. So, as a offering as part of the incense. Then we're going to kind of try and make it smell nice with some lavender. We're going to put lots of lavender in. You can use whatever herb you have. I might put some yerba santa in. I haven't decided. I do like the musty kind of scent from this. And I also might put in some chamomile, as it helps just kind of clear the air, clear everything away, really relax, really breathe. You know how that is? So, I'm only going to make a little bit of this incense because I don't have any other containers to put it in, so it has to live in a mortar and pestle. And I have thousands of mortar and pestles. I did make this particular incense over the summer. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see that. Well, where is the light? Let me adjust the light. Maybe that's a little bit better. Yeah, see how like green that is in there? So this is a more spicy kind of incense that I like to burn for some of the demons, like Boone, or even working with Morgon. It's got like coriander in it, which gives it that like spicy kick. These are all herbs that I grew in my garden, on my balcony, over the summer. There's some mint in here, chocolate mint. There's, what else is in here? There's oregano in here, fennel, stuff like that. And I grow these herbs so I can mix them all together. And then during fall and winter I can burn them, and they have that, because it's like a spicy kind of smell, it's almost like a warming kind of smell as well. You definitely don't want to burn this in large quantities because it can get overwhelming and quickly. But just, you know, a pinch on a coal. That's what I like to do with my garden-based stuff. Okay. So when I was thinking about this incense, I was thinking about some of the demons that I work with. And some of them have a strong obsession. I'm only putting in about, I'd say, a quarter of a piece of dark copal. That's what that looks like. We're just going to crush it over here so I don't break the glass. But I was thinking about some of the demons that I work with, and Nebamish is great for protection-based magics. And she's probably the person that I would call on for making this incense, and just ask that her presence be here, and that she bless this incense so that we can feel protected. A lot of my protection magics that I will do every now and then are not anything crazy. I like to keep my magic relatively simple, and I like to put a lot of my intentions into my incense as I make them, so that when I burn them on the coal, then the intentions are released into the air. It's like I take all this energy and I push it in to the incense itself, and then I burn it on a coal. So I'm just going to crush this frankincense. I'm not a big fan of heavily based resin incenses because I find them to be very smoky and very pungent, and I'm not a big fan of that. So I'm just going to put the herbs that I've put in over here. Now the frankincense is great for the cleansing aspect, and the dark copal, like I said, would be an offering for the demon. Now we're gonna put lavender in last. So now we're gonna put in some wild oak bark. I like using barks in protection-based magics or in protection-based incense because think about the bark on a tree. It's hard to get through. It's not easily penetrated. I mean, you could light it on fire, but that's why I like to use the barks. We're just gonna crush this over here. And all I'm trying to really do is just mix the bark in with the resin. Okay. And now we're gonna put in some juniper berries. I'm gonna actually put in a lot of juniper berries because I really do like the smell of juniper. And I use juniper for protection as well because when juniper's burning, it has that kind of sour smell to it, like it's a strong, pungent smell, and if you burn too much juniper at once, it can really overwhelm the senses. At least that's what I've experienced. So I take that experience and I put it into my incense so that if somebody is trying to do something, not only is there that bark there that's not completely impenetrable, but, you know, does the job. Then they get overwhelmed by the smell of juniper. But you might be saying, well, some people really love the smell of juniper, so would that do anything? What you do is you visualize that intense, overwhelming, pungent smell of juniper, and then you magnify that like 5 or 6 times, so that it becomes overwhelming to even the most juniper loving person ever. Like it's like too much juniper, and you want to get out of there. Okay. Now I'm gonna put in some lavender. This is just mostly to make the incense smell better. And I'm just gonna put in a lot of, not that much lavender, but you know, a good amount. All the intention of lavender in here, there's no real intention with lavender. It's just, like I said, make the incense smell better. Oh. Okay. You can play that way. And I like to break up the lavender because it releases that smell. And I really like the smell of lavender. But you could also do the same thing with lavender. You could put it in your spell and put the same intention as the juniper, like in your incense, and with the same intention as juniper, and then what you're basically doing is you're overwhelming their senses, their sense of smell, with this intense, pungent, juniper-y, lavender-y kind of smell that just makes them want to back off. And finally, we're going to just put some chamomile in here just to make the environment kind of relaxing. I've never really burned chamomile as an incense before. I've only ever had like chamomile tea. So I don't know what this will smell like, but the intention with the chamomile, we're not going to put the yerba santa in, but the intention with the chamomile is the same kind of intention that you would have when you're drinking it. You want to get rid of the headache, you want to relax, you want to, you know, just be in this relaxing, and that's the intention with the chamomile, is just to say, hey, you know, I'm not going to worry if someone is throwing this or that at me, you know, let them do what they want, let the magic, let the incense take care of it. You know what I'm saying? So I hope that you, oh wait, we have one last thing to do. Remember, the witchy show always samples out and smells, oh wait, is this coal still going? Their incense. Oh, it is still going. So I'm just going to put like a pinch of this on here. I don't know what you can see. Can you see that? It's earthy. can smell the chamomile. It's smoky. It's very smoky. And this is where you could work the incense magic. You could work the magic. If you know someone is throwing something at you, you could work the magic and just manipulate the incense smoke and visualize. Or you could make an incense smoke that's similar to this, where you communicate with the spirits and divine messages from the incense smoke. And just watch the way it dances and the way the fumes or the plumes of smoke interact with each other. This is a very smoky incense. You know, some people say that when incense smoke moves towards you, it's a sign that something is going to come towards you, the thing that you want. I like to guide the incense smoke up and just let it take the intentions and go out to the universe. We're going to burn just a little bit more here. Incense magic isn't the hardest thing to do. I think Solitary Luna said on one of our live chats that she works with incense-based magic. I haven't worked with it in a really long time, but it's not difficult to work with because you can visualize the outcome in the incense smoke. You can divine messages. You can ask questions. You can get lost in the smoke and just explore the subconscious. Incense smoke, when you're watching it, is very hypnotic. It's very calming. It's very reassuring. At least that's how I find incense smoke to be. Okay, so I hope that you have learned something from this video, and I hope that this helps you on your journey to making protection-based incense. And there's sirens going on outside, so just calm down. I hope that you've learned something from this. I hope that this helps you in your journey on incense magics. I hope, you know, like I said, if you don't have all of these ingredients, you know, use what you want. It's all about the intention that you put in. It's not about you have to use the same ingredients as I did, or you have to do it the same way that I did it. It's all about your intentions, your craft. This is more of a protection-based kind of throw up some guards if something is poking at you, or if something is just kind of trying to annoy you. If someone is throwing more serious, more heavily based magic at you that would easily get around this, you'd probably want to then start calling on your deities and dealing with it in your own way that you deal with it. But yeah, if you like this video, give it a like and subscribe and be my friend. And yeah, let me know if you guys work with incense-based magic down below. I would love to know what your experience with incense-based magic is. Do you put the intentions into your incense, or do you put the intentions into the incense as it is burning? How do you do that? Let me know.